Hi, this is Chris Cohn, co-founder of Home Diary. Today I'm going to show you how you can take an appraiser's sketch that looks something like this and create a nice looking 2D floor plan as well as a cool looking 3D floor plan model, something like you see here. And believe it or not, this can be done in less than 10 minutes. And the basics can be done in just a few minutes. So let's go ahead and get started. So again, when you first buy a home, you probably got a loan, and with that loan, there was an appraisal done on the property. Or if you got a refinance, you're still going to get an appraisal typically. Within that appraisal, there is a floor plan layout, kind of like you see here. And you can see it's got exterior wall dimensions, and it gives you some square footage, kind of the gross living area. Well, this can be a great starting point for creating your 2D and 3D floor plan within Home Diary. So the first step is I'm going to go ahead and create a new level, and I'll just name it Test. And while I'm here, I'm going to add another level, and I'm just going to call it First What If, and I'll show you why I'm doing this in a little bit. Okay, so let's go to Test, and I am going to go ahead to Background, and I am going to upload that background image of the appraisal. Okay, hit Upload. Okay, there you can see it, and you can see it's active, or I can hide it. And I'm going to drag it kind of in the middle here. As you see, there's this kind of center point. I'm going to make that the center point of the main floor I want to scale right now. So let me zoom in. Now I'm going to lock it. I'm going to send it to the front. I'm going to change the opacity a little bit, and I'm going to scale the wall. So get to the far outside of the wall as possible. And click. Now I think I'm going to redo that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more and get a bit more precise here. Okay, that should be good enough. Let me scale it again. And you can come back and rescale it. It's just if you've done a bunch of work to your plan, then it will adjust the scaling. Okay, so that's going to be 51 feet 2 inches. And let me zoom out. Okay, so my first floor is scaled. Now, as you add other levels, you need to redo this process for each level you add, but again, it's basically one wall and then you're done. So once you've scaled it, go start drawing the plan. So I'm going to go to the outside again because these are outside wall dimensions, and I'm going to click, and you can see it's pretty close as I draw this. Okay, if you need to adjust some of that, you can just click on a wall and adjust it, but that looks pretty good. And here's the basic 3D of our home. Now, because it's an appraiser sketch, it doesn't have the interior wall measurements or dimensions. You know, what I would suggest is get some graph paper, do a rough outline of your floor plan layout, or even just on a scratch paper, write down the room dimensions, and you can come to our tool, click Interior, and just start drawing. And as you see, again, you can get the wall measurements exactly how you want it. If that needs to be 14 by 14, for example, you can just drag it. And again, just make sure you're understanding, are you working with the interior or exterior dimensions, and you're on your way to creating your floor plan. So there you go. It's 14 by 14. I'm going to click here. I'm going to name this office. If you want to change the flooring, you can do it here by clicking the different surfaces. You can either hide the ceiling when you're in the first person view here, and you can even change the wall colors. But before I do that, let me just show you a couple other things. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add some windows. And I'm going to add a door. And you can see as I just kind of drag and drop it, it snaps into place pretty well. If you need to change the orientation, you just click over here and you can see that changing around. Okay, so let's see how that looks. Okay, already it looks kind of cool with the windows and being able to see in there. But we can do more. Now we have some tools where you can actually, apply colors or siding to the outside as well. If you do that, I suggest you you click on each wall and do that individually. And as you mouse over, you can see I am changing the wall that I'm looking at. And in this case, I'm going to go exterior, and I'll just do siding here. And let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so there you go. I've got exterior siding. And now I want to color my office. Now, I can apply the wall color to the office, but right now, because this wall here and this wall here are one contiguous wall, it will apply the color to all those walls, and I don't want that to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on office. Actually, I'm going to click on this wall, and I'm going to add a corner, and I'm going to add a corner there. And then I'm going to click on this wall and add another corner right about there. Now, if I come onto the colors and apply a color, it's only going to be applying it within this boundary of the office that I just created. So let's go see what that looks like. All right, there you go. You can zoom out, get a different orientation. But you can see, you can go through your whole property, and ultimately, you're going to be able to create a plan that looks something like this. Let me go hide that layout. There we go. So you can see I applied siding to the back, or to the whole outside. I've got lamps, decor. And the cool thing is you can actually move things around in 3D if you need to reposition something, or if one of the 3D objects, isn't quite positioned right, like the stove, for example. You can actually move it around and get it positioned exactly how you want it. And again, you can go into first-person view as well. And in this case, move around, just click anywhere on the floor, and it'll jump you to that vantage point. Okay, so there you go. That's the basics. Now, let me show you how to do some what-ifs. So the cool thing about the tool is, what if I wanted to remove this wall and see what that looks like? Well, you can do that. So, this is bringing an HGTV-like floor plan tool into your own home. And all you do is click on this and then just drag it around the whole floor plan. And it'll bring up this little box over here, and I'm going to make a copy. And again, I'm going to paste it into this what if section, copy, and there you go. Now I'm on the what if tab. It's copied that whole floor plan into this new tab, and now I can come in here and experiment. So I'm going to click on that wall. I'm going to add a corner right about there, and then I'm going to delete that and delete the door. Let me just move the camera, and I'm going to check it out in first person view. Well, there you go. That has made this, floor plan that's pretty open to begin with, even more open, and a much more open concept, which is kind of more popular today. And again, you can kind of get a top view as well. So by eliminating that wall, I didn't lose any storage space, because basically it was just a wall with some pocket doors, but it actually made a huge difference in just the open layout of this property. So pretty cool, and a quick and easy way to do that. So, like you've seen here, it takes just a few minutes, and then you have a really cool floor plan. This can be shared with, your contractor, those kind of things, or print it out if you need be, or even make some snapshots. One kind of cool tool here is, let's just go back into first person view, and let's just say I want to make a panoramic view right here. There we go. I'm going to click make a pano. Save it. And there you go. And you can even upload it to Facebook or email it to somebody if you want. So hopefully you learned a lot and you're going to be on your way to creating some cool home diary content. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.